What is going on, guys? I hope that everybody is enjoying themselves so far this morning, because we are going to have quite a bit on the table for today. So, guys, running into this morning, we're seeing the overall market going pretty crazy at the moment, right? We're starting to see Apple dip down quite a bit. I'm going to really be watching this low of yesterday. And really, it actually made a new low in pre-market right around 183.50. So I'm going to watch this area super close as the market opens here for Apple and for many other stocks. And there is the bell, guys. Let's see how that market does. I'm throwing the watch list up on the left side of your screen. Looks like crude oil is actually up a little bit today, which is cool to see, up 1.86%. We go over to the crude chart, kind of coming back off that dip from yesterday. Nothing overly insane. ZOM isn't really doing much, so I guess I don't really care on that front then. But Apple starting to come back up a little bit here today. We'll have to see how the price action goes, but this is pretty decent support here. So I'll be watching this in the short term, possible little jump back. I mean, that was two pretty rough days in a row for Apple. I would think that there could be continuation, but we might get some type of slight pop early on and then continuation later on in the day or something. But yeah, just be a little wary of this support. Once it gives out, though, I think we'll start to see a lot better price action to the downside. But initially it opened, look at the watch list, pretty much everything is down into the red, guys. I mean, that is a pretty brutal thing to be seeing here on this watch list. So It looks like a lot of the stocks that are up as well aren't even crazy stocks. Like we're talking Kroger, Pepsi, Costco, Pfizer, Kraft. You know, Kraft is up again. Surprise, surprise. To the downside, though, we're seeing a lot of our favorite tech stocks out there like Square getting killed in pre-market today. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, getting demolished. Southwest Airlines, demolished in pre-market. I know SPCE isn't like a favorite anymore, but still, they're down. Penn Gaming has been doing pretty good lately. They are also down in the red. It's like everything is down today. Tesla, one of the best players out there. Everybody has been loving Tesla. That stock is also red, rejecting off 250 actually from yesterday. I thought maybe it would open today and hold its ground a little bit, but I don't know, Tessie. It's starting to look kind of rough. All the way down under 250, guys. Man, I was really hoping that this was finally going to be where Tesla started to go on a pretty good run again, but I don't know. This price action the past couple of days has me second guessing myself here on this trend line because it did break ever so slightly and it got a good move out. It just rejected right back down, kind of like it did back here. Unfortunately, we had this bad news come in, which can ruin a lot of runs. The bad news with Apple, which just drags everything down, but there goes Tesla, down again, 243.50. Damn, pretty bad move there. Good morning, Anthony. What's up? Jane, Joe. Hope you're having a good one. Evernight, Big Trey, Justin, Rick, Jamie, Ant, Oscar. What's up? Tom, we don't have enough people to do the wave. I have failed as a mascot. Oh, that's okay, Jane. Man, sometimes at the baseball game, whenever it's like a packed crowd and people start doing the wave, I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. Gets kind of fun. Man, I'll tell you guys what, Tom is in some pain this morning. I am hurting today, guys. Not from the stock market, which, well, maybe I am if DraftKings is down too much, but Tesla, the way it's falling off here is pretty rough. Down below 243 now, guys, but I got a funny story. I was making a steak last night, and I was using a knife to cook the steak, and it slipped off the knife, and it landed in the butter, and it splashed on my hand, and it left some nasty, nasty blisters on there, so it's rough. It burns bad, but I just can't take my mind off it. But Tesla is doing great, though. Down to 242 now, just continuing its descent to the downside. Let's go look at Apple, which is actually coming back a little bit. So we're seeing a little bit of divergence out of the Mag 7, it looks like. What about Amazon and Meta? Wow, Amazon's holding support at 148.50. Dang, that's good to see. Meta holding support for now. I think by later in the day, we'll see Meta down a little bit more. But for now... yeah, for now, we're starting to see this happen. Gotta stop cooking naked, man. Hey, at least it didn't go there. Where I'm thinking now. Yeah, Jane, it sucks. Yeah, good thing you sold those calls. Tesla is just, wow, it is brutal in the short term here. I can't believe it. 241.36. I mean, this thing is selling off in a pretty crazy way right now. It's down, what is this? 2.8%. Lucid and Neo are also down like around the same amount. Neo's down around 3%. Lucid's down around 3%. What about Rivian? I bet they're down. Yep, Rivian's falling. Getting rough for some of these growth stocks here. Really rough. Hopefully we see a rotation soon. And please, God, don't let it be a rotation into like Johnson & Johnson. Don't forget about watching Moderna and Johnson & Johnson today, guys. Those stocks are definitely on watch, but Moderna, yeah, it just did not hit over there. What, it triggered? I don't remember getting the trigger for this. Hang on. Triggered at 4 in the morning. Did I get a text? Hey. I never got the trigger for this. Come on now. They're not triggering me here. Swear that didn't go off. I know it was like at 4 in the morning, but... Nvidia dipping. Yeah, it is. What's up, Veery? Yeah, Amazon's going up, Ant. Good morning, Jonathan. Yeah, Nvidia is coming back. There we go. How about AMD as well? Okay, both are. What about Intel? Hey, nice. We're seeing them come up. Amazon's really getting high, though. Back towards the highs of yesterday, actually, which is cool. So that's nice to see. Maybe we'll actually end the Santa rally on a green note. You know, today is the last day of the Santa rally. So, hey, if you guys have been enjoying following the Santa rally and some of the statistics and stuff associated with it, smash that like button. Let's go. Let's get those numbers up today. We're at 4 likes. Let's try to hit that like 30, 40 like goal count. Help the stream out this week. Or else Greta's gonna come in here.
How dare you?
Oh shit, she's already here. She's like, quit talking about me, but go back to PayPal real quick. I can't believe they're falling off below 60. I was really watching this as support. Go out to the daily really quick. Yeah, we gotta watch a few areas coming up. It looks like there's a big wick on the PayPal chart, and the low is right around like 57.38. So I'm gonna say like if that can hold there here at like around 57.30, 57, I would think that PayPal is a good shot to maybe bounce back off support. That would actually be a really nice setup if it would hold there too. It might even count as like a head and shoulders pattern if it starts to form out that way. And now, not just the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, of course, because it's upside down, but you guys get the point. That would be a cool play. Hopefully it dips for a couple days, and then we can buy in on the dip and get a nice rotation going. Can you give some levels on Boeing? For sure, Sean. For sure. I've been looking at Boeing for a little while now, and obviously last week and yesterday it fell out of that channel in a pretty crazy way and ended up being a great play to the downside. A little hard to hit on. Now it's sitting right around 250 to 250.50. I guess we'll say 250, 251. I'm really watching that as resistance right now. You can see yesterday there was a wick in after hours where it bounced up right off of 250, and I'm assuming right here this morning 250 is playing out pretty large. If we go over to it on the book map, I would bet you 250 is pretty stiff here on the resistance. Support, obviously, right here, double bottom this morning. And there's a pretty big run up here, actually, right off of 247.40-ish. So I really like that level as support today. But let's zoom out a little bit, because Boeing was really ripping, and there's a big support coming up right around like that 241... like 240 area. That's really going to be the big support coming up on Boeing on the daily. I would assume on this dip that we could get back down to 240. That would be a fairly significant pullback, but whenever you consider the run, I mean, the pullback's not that significant, especially like when you look at pullbacks like that before the breakdown and just other pullbacks that have been pretty big. I feel like it could get down to 240, but we'll have to eye up that support first at like 247, 247.40. If that breaks, I think it's a pretty straight shot down to 240, honestly. Maybe some resistance around 244, some support, but when you zoom out on the hourly is really where you see that support coming up around that 240 mark. As far as resistance, let's see, 265. Yeah, I mean, we're talking 265 is like a huge level over the past. Anywhere from 260 to 270 has been huge resistance. I'm not too surprised it's having some problems getting through here. I think it might still break through it eventually, but, you know, we'll see how long. Go back to the 5-minute, though, real quick. Bring up that book map again. Boeing. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, 250 is pretty big now. There's definitely some shares stacking up there. Nothing too crazy, but there is. Already in and out of Tesla puts, Jamie said. Nice. Yeah, Tesla was a good breakdown today. I'm glad you're already in and out, Jamie. Because that initial move is really where that money was to be made, I'd say. I feel like it can go lower, but still, I mean, that was a great first move. Good trade, Jamie. Guys, give Jamie some W's in the chat. Let's go. I don't know how big the trade was, but still, that's a great one, Jamie. SoFi is looking like the butter blisters today. What? It must be popping down. Yeah. Burning down. SoFi is pretty rough in the short term. That's a big pullback. Wow. Yeah, the daily's looking a little brutal there. DraftKings is even starting to get pretty brutal on the daily. It's approaching support, but I don't think it'll even bounce here in reality. It is kind of getting back to that trend line again, though, which I kind of like. It's kind of right on there, so that's cool. Hell yeah, guys. W's for Jamie. I love it. Throw him out there. That's awesome. Boeing. Yeah, it's a fun one. Let's go back to the watch list real quick, just see what we got. What's at the top? ASTR is at the top. LI. Wow, a China EV stock is now going green on the day. Are you kidding me? How about NEO, please? Come on, NEO, come back. NEO's been dog shit. Now. Be nice if Zom could keep bouncing off 100. All right, X US Steel. What you got for us? Trying to pop. I can't believe Costco's in the green again. This stock is wild when you go to a daily. Like, it really blows my mind that Costco is this. It's that their stock is this wild. Like, this is something else here on this. I guess it was flat for like a long time, but like, you know, from the lower portion of that to the high, it's like 50%. It just, when you zoom out really far is where Costco just really shines. I mean, like, let's just say you bought it like the midpoint here somewhere down there, and you're like, it's up 321% from like 2016, 2017 midpoint. Wow. SoFi got downgraded, really? Lefty said, what's your strategy or stop loss for NEO on the June calls? Got stopped out yesterday. Wow, I'm still up on him like 4%, so. Huh. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm still up on him slightly, but weird. I will say this, is that with the NEO calls, they're out to June, guys. So, you know, like, you got to be able to give it some time. That sucks that they got stopped out. Maybe you got in a little higher than when I got in. I'm not totally sure. It was a premium play, but I had a similar problem with Lova last week. Maybe I shouldn't have stops on long terms. There's some times where if you're following a big money play, you might not want to have a huge or a super tight stop on like some of the big money plays. For example, like with NEO, like we were buying this when it was down here in the bottom of the range. So like we're still up. I can't believe it's still in the green right now, just barely, but it is in the green at the moment. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, hey, you know, we're still green, that we have plenty of time. We'll be good to go. And I actually have alerts set and stuff to kind of alert me when the big money gets out. So I have those alerts all set up and everything. Hopefully they unload the contracts in a good way. Hopefully they don't do it and try to hide it or something. But either way, I'm following that play and I'm just going to follow it. So like if they stop out, then I'll stop out when they do. Or at least I'll try to be within a couple hours of it or something along those lines. But yeah, maybe the stops were just too high, Lefty. Or, you know, with NEO, yeah, I got into the 9 strike calls whenever they first got called out. So I know the recent ones might be a little bit worse on this dip, especially the 6 calls from 1226. I don't know which ones you got into, but those 1226 ones are probably rough right now. The ones from 12.8 are probably still fine. Yeah, those are fine. Those are great still from 12.8. Especially being the 750 strike over the 9 strike like mine. Yeah, I'm just going to hold it and watch this $7 support. Once that breaks, that's really where I want to get out, is if it breaks 7. Because I'll start to just... at that point, it's just going to be rough. I might as well just buy shares and just hold them super long term, you know. But let's go back to Tesla really fast. TSLA still selling off on the day. Big moves down. Almost a 240, guys. 240 should be huge on the book map with Tesla. Yeah, look at 240 coming up. That's a huge spot. It actually got really, really close, but kind of bouncing up off of there, I'd say. Some buyers coming in, and SPY's looking brutal, guys. Oh my gosh, it's breaking below the low of yesterday, rejecting off of it actually, and looking pretty rough. Oh, it's doing what I call sliding off, guys. You know that coin that I said I termed a little while ago? If you guys have watched for a while, you'll know that term that I'm talking about. The SPY is sliding off down below support, rejecting right off of it as it breaks, but we got to watch 470. It could still be a big area here, but wow, that initial move is pretty rough on the setup here. That is looking awful today. How's Apple? Are they still breaking? Nope. They came back down a little bit. They were starting to break out a little bit this morning. Try to get back to that midpoint of yesterday, but still running up a little bit. I mean, I'm very surprised. How about Microsoft? Wow. I mean, Microsoft looks great. Nvidia looks fantastic too. Sheesh, but SPY itself is not the best. QQQ starting to come back slightly, but man. How do you see the big money close the position? Lefty, we are actually having a live Q&A session tonight. You should join up and ask that there, and we'll go all over it for you. That'll actually be really cool. I know Mike looks at those quite often. That would be awesome, Lefty. If you're in the premium, that is. That would be sick, but essentially you just go to the options chain, you know, you plot the ticker on the chart, and then you just look at volume, and you can see like the big volume where they entered. You know, it might say like 7,000 or something, which would be like 7,000 contracts at once. So then whenever you see for them to get out, you would see another big block of 7,000 like exit the position. So that's essentially how you do it. But we could show you on the chart tonight if you hop on that Q&A. And just for anybody else in here too, we do have the live Q&A going on tonight for trading floor members. So if you guys want to check that out, check out the link I am sending in the chat. If you're not yet in the premium Discord, here you go. Check that out. And we also are running a New Year's discount code right now. Use code PROFIT24 for some extra money off of the first month of a monthly subscription. It'll also take $59 off of a yearly. If you want to get yearly, you can get that one too. Saves a ton of money, the yearly does. If you guys are currently on monthly, consider upgrading to yearly. Just shoot me a message and we'll cancel the monthly sub for you. Yeah, like Sean said, you plot the option itself, and when you do set the alert, you set the alert on the volume. Yeah. All right, QQQ running up pretty well. What's your play on Oxy? It's actually Zom, and it's actually not been going the best. So it's been a pretty rough play so far on Zom, but it came back a little bit yesterday, which is good, I guess. But in reality, it's not really back too much. But I had the February 16th, obviously 2024, 105 strike calls. I've gotten in and out of them a couple times, so I can't remember the entry price, but I've been playing some strats on this one a little bit, but right now I'm in on it at 1.78, and it's at 2.34, but I'll be honest, the play is down. Definitely from where I bought it. Overall, it says it's down around 28% at the moment, but it's more of one of those plays where I'm holding it to really try to get like a good resurgence out of oil here at the beginning of the year, and I'm really going to let this support hold up here on Exxon around 100. That's really what I was eyeing up, and honestly, I'm glad that it bounced up here because getting pretty close to closing down there, but yeah, so far, not the best play, I would say. It needs more time, if that, so I might actually roll it out and try to let the support really work out. You know, it's going to need a couple months maybe to get that movement, but all I really need is a pop up to around like 105. That's really all I'm looking for short term. If we could get there, that would be a fantastic target for me. So as far as strategy goes here, I'm really just looking forward to get back to the top of this little range. I'm not looking for like anything too crazy. Like I'm not looking for like 110 or anything. If we get up to like 105, I'll probably sell like 70% of the position and then hold 30% of it and see like what it does. But so far, honestly, not the best one here. You know, we've hit a lot of good ones lately, like with Zoom as it broke out of the trend. Neo's been pretty hot. Like Neo was amazing for a little while. It's coming back up a little bit more today, but you know, that was a pretty hot play. I know a lot of people hit on that one, but you can't win on all of them, and Zom is one that we are now in the mode of, what would we say, risk management mode, I guess we'd say. But hey, at the same time, you know, one big thing, risk management, I must say, is that you don't really have to worry about the plays too much whenever you're managing risk accordingly. Like, you don't really want to risk more than like 1-2 to 2% per like day trade for your overall account, right? And that's even a high number. Some people would say 2% is too much. So, you know, like imagine this: if you have a $200,000 account, 1% of that's $2,000, so you could risk $2,000 a day, right? Or if you have a $100,000 account, 1%'s $1,000, right? So you can risk $1,000 per day. That's quite a bit of risk in the options market per day. Now, I'm not saying per day, but maybe per trade or something, right? So like, you know, entering some of these plays and like some of these swings, as long as you're managing risk right, you can hold them for quite a while, even through some of the volatility that some of these options will have. Just obviously, you can't go like all into any of these. You know, you need to keep that risk low. Like Zom is like 1 to 2% of my account, so like, you know, it's like what, like a $2,000 position or something. It's nothing like too crazy on this. You know, it's like a few contracts and kind of just letting it run out. If it does run out, you know, might end up, you know, doing pretty well here, making a couple to a few grand. So that's really all you're looking for there. Got to keep that risk low though. You know, if you have a $3,000 account, don't buy like $1,000 worth of Exxon. That's too much. That's really all I'm getting at there. But all right, back to the market. SPY about to make a low of day. Glad I switched over when I did. Wow, right around 470. Keep your eyes on it. Hey, what's up, Corbin? Found his headphones. Nice, let's go. And hey, come on, smash that like button, guys. Get it up there. Got 11 likes. Let's try to hit like 20 or 30 likes here today. That would be beautiful. Right as the SPY's breaking below 470. Let's go. Wow. Let's go, guys. And in 4 minutes, we have some economic data coming out. The ISM manufacturing PMI and JOLTS job openings. Shout out to Mike and Cornish in the Discord for the slight reminder. I was definitely thinking about it all morning. I should have set an alarm. Maybe I'll have to start doing that, setting an alarm on the computer or something so it pops up. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, there we go. SPY breaking below the LOD, low of day. Now I tried to search LOD. That's funny. Apple coming down. Wow, QQQ. Yep. They're trending downwards as well. Microsoft is starting to dip over slightly. Tesla is really running down, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. Tesla is having one hell of a bad move. Dang, guys. I gotta screenshot this and send it in Discord. Holy Tesla. That is brutal looking on Tesla today. 245 all the way down to 239.20 now. Just blasted through 240 like it was nothing, like it was butter. Cut right through there on the book map. Look at that. Wow. That is bad. Yeah, Santa Claus must be pissed. Good morning, boys. Let's get this. Hey, what's up, Luis? Yeah, JOLTS and jobs data coming soon, Ant. 2 minutes away. 2 minutes out on that. That is nuts, though. What a bad move, Tesla. It looks like the drop is quite large. I would say, how much more can it go down, right? I mean, probably quite a bit, but wow, that is just brutal. All right, SPY. That break below that double bottom at 470 was nice, though. There was a little bit of potential there, maybe to play some SQQQ calls or maybe something like that, but that's all I could think of at the moment. Not really anything else going crazy. How's ZOM on this move? All right, at least oil's kind of trying to hold. What about actual crude? Okay. All right, well, maybe maybe by the grace of God, ZOM will come back. But yeah, looking at QQQ, looking pretty good here. Overall, I've been liking QQQ's volatility lately, guys. Like the way it's been dropping off. I know the SPY has been kind of falling off too, but I feel like the QQQ has had a little bit better moves. Like, what do you guys say? Seems like there's been more opportunity intraday on some of these rundowns. So I've been really eyeing up the QQQ over the past week or so, because I feel like it's comprised more of tech, obviously, and what's been dying off? Tech. Especially yesterday with Apple. So I know that tech is obviously a big player in the S&P, but you know, my views bought SQQQ calls yesterday. Nice. You like that one, Sean? I like it. Yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, SQQQ calls. I think that's the way to go. But look at QQQ now, all the way back to the high of days. Getting choppy out there. The JOLTS data. There we go, guys. JOLTS. JOLTS, JOLTS, JOLTS. Oh, of course, my data gets all misconstrued now. There we go. JOLTS comes in at 8.79 million versus the consensus of 8.85. Nice, so that's good because keep in mind, they're talking job openings. Openings, right? So that's pretty big. The PMI came in right around forecast. Yeah, I like this. The openings came in very close to the number as well. Pretty close anyways. Wow. Got to see the headline for this one. All right, CNBC, give us that article. Wow, the US 10Y is back above 4%? Really? Dang, that sucks. I guess it was this morning. It might reject off 4% in the grand scheme of things, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I like these whole percentage marks on these yields. 5% was huge on US 10Y at the top. Now it's sitting down around 4%. Don't forget, guys, remember when Bill Ackman closed his treasury shorts up there right at the top, guys. Remember that, right at the top. It was perfect. He called it. I'm not saying he called it necessarily, but he definitely did something with it. That is for certain. Wow. Come on, give us some numbers here. I mean, we got the numbers, but, you know, give us some info. Those job openings are... good to see. Very close between the consensus and the forecast. Very, very close, I'd say. Go back to that SPY. Hopefully it's continuing to blast up. Yeah, getting choppy as hell now with that data. Very choppy. So far, though, it seems overly bullish to me than bearish, so. Yeah, very, very close to expectations on everything, so nothing overly nuts, in my opinion. But we'll see how the market treats it. This picture Manny put in Discord is pretty funny, guys. Look at this. The ISM manufacturing came in like right at estimates, and this dude looks whack on there. That's funny. That is funny. Maybe Santa hasn't been canceled after all. Maybe he'll come back for us today. I don't know. The SPY seems like it's trying. We got to look at Apple and Microsoft. I bet they're starting to turn back around too. Yeah, Microsoft is actually about to make a new high of day. They've been extremely strong on the day. I mean, extremely strong. This is a great move by Microsoft. It's actually just as strong about as the drop yesterday, which was pretty damn brutal at open. So, I mean, honestly, Microsoft is having one hell of a day. Yeah, that's huge right here. Man, look at 373 overhead. That is huge. Huge double top. I still can't believe Tesla blasted through 240 so bad. Now it actually rejected off of it and right back down. Man, Tesla is brutal. That is just... I thought it might be coming up with SPY a little bit, but holy crap, it looks terrible. It's going down more. Yeah, how low can it go? I know, right, Alaskan? I feel bad saying Tesla's down so much. It's like, it makes me feel sad, but... And hey, for anyone just joining up, don't forget we are gonna have a live Q&A session tonight in the Discord. So if you are in the premium portion, make sure you get into that. It's in the hashtag live Q&A channel or hashtag event information channels where you can see everything associated with it. So let's go, guys. It's going to be fun down there. Should have a pretty fun event tonight. Hopefully you guys get some good questions posted up in there. Make a little post about it after the stream in there, in the SM chat, so everyone can see it, but... All right, CCL. Nothing. Wow, crude oil's up almost 3%. That's good. Oh, that's actually how much it's been up all day. Never mind. I thought it was like 1.3% earlier, but Zoms, there we go. Zom coming back alive a little bit. Like to see that. Like to see it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're only down 18%. Yeah, doing pretty good though. I'm glad it's recovering up. Glad to see the oil moving. All right, Netflix. It's pretty wild there, sitting right at 475, rejecting off. They had a pretty good day overall, minus this. Man, they were having a good day. Back to Microsoft. Oh, even they're rejecting now. SPY's coming right back. The volatility continues. It's not picking a solid direction yet. What's up, Mason? Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Hey, that's all right, Jane. Have a good appointment. I hope everything goes well for you. I'll see you later today in the chat. Man, I want to do something funny, but I'm embarrassed. I want to like a little cat or something. All right. Have a good one, Jane. Carlo, Boeing looks like it's sliding down or sliding off. Yeah, the SPY still seems like it's sliding off. I'm not surprised with Boeing. You know, it had that bad break below the channel from last week. That channel breaking was huge, and it's just very low now. I expect more chop than anything, but I'm glad it's going down. A little tough to play, I'd say, now that it's down here, but that's what I would say. Justin, your opinion, is Apple's price action negative enough to play that 184 level for puts? You know what? I think it actually is. I think that there's a good possibility that this could be a good put play here, Justin. Really good. And the SPY's starting to run down as well. Kind of continuing off that negativity from yesterday. We really need to see, I think, 184 break, though, here. But, you know, it'd be tough to enter the puts, like, literally right now. But I do think there's a great possibility that the SPY continues red. I mean, people are gonna, you know, try to act like the market's gonna go up all the time. You know, I hate to say it, but that's just how it's gonna be. You know, so, you know, don't let anybody influence you. Just look at the price action. You know, don't let any outside, well, you know, obviously, at some point, there's going to be some influence. But don't let anyone who doesn't really know what they're talking about influence you. We'll just say that. Because I see it way too often in the chat and in everywhere. Trust me. A lot of these guys in Discord and stuff, they never post their losses ever. You know, obviously Mike and myself, we kind of have to because we're, you know, doing the trades with you guys, especially the swings and stuff. And especially like when I trade on here, like with Zom, which is sucking right now. But for the most part, you know, nobody posts losses in there. You know, I bet even like the best traders win like 60% of the time. So like that means 40% of the time, like they're losing. So, and that's even like good algos and funds and stuff. So. Wow, SPY though, looking good. I like this for a nice breakdown. Sean goes, I ask that you only judge me on losses because I have so few. Sean, that is legendary by you right there, my guy. That is awesome, Sean. Oh, Aerotine. We could do a measly 3,000 shares. Oh, let's do 9,000. All right, 9,000, John. Let's lock that in. Yeah, that really is legendary right there. Love that, Sean. I needed that laugh today. Nice one. That's a cool one. Man, really down under 470 now with SPY. I feel like Tesla will be down to earning. And down into earnings, I guess. Yeah, let's go see. When are those earnings? Let's see. Man, Tesla is really sliding off. Holy shit. That is one hell of a bad move. Look at that on the daily. It's officially now low enough that it's an official rejection off the trend there. And back below. It broke above so slightly. We almost had it. We almost had it right there, but again, just got that stiff rejection coming in. Couldn't really break those like resistances or those highs at 270. Too bad. It would have been really fun to have seen the, you know, the stock actually start blasting off, but man, that is looking brutal back down into the trend now. Gonna have to wait for it now for a while again. You can pay off your mortgage. I can, you're right. My views, crypto stocks are moving. Let's see, Mara, Riot. All right. Yeah, they're starting to move a little bit. Yeah, I guess they're starting to fall a little bit. I wish they were going the other way. Oh, cool. SM, you reminded me, the earnings, January 24th. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Let me see if those are confirmed. Oh, it is confirmed for January 24th. Okay, cool. The earnings are confirmed for then, so man, it might be. I mean, it might be a rough beginning of the year for this stock. I know that the year just started, but remember how Kramer said that 2024 was going to be rough for Tesla? Or that they were going to struggle this year? I'm not saying that he's right by any means, but I just mean, you know, one day into the year he's right. Which doesn't make him right, but, you know, I'm not forgetting about him. Not forgetting. Yeah, I would probably say that it could go down in the earnings. There's a lot of issues with Tesla, and you know, the delivery numbers are great, but then again, people are not necessarily too fond of them because of all the price decreases and the margins getting smaller and etc, etc. This is going to have to be a good earnings report. Hopefully the earnings can help them, but I would say from where we are now to earnings, I would pick it down. Actually, given what I'm seeing on the chart right now, keep in mind we're talking 20 days away. And how many trading days is that? That's like 3, 5. Yeah, we're talking like 13 to 15 trading days, so not too crazy. "2024 is the year of the corn." I'm fucking dying in there. The Discord is funny as hell today, guys. You guys got to get in there. If you're not in there yet, just tell me you want a link. It's free. It's free to join. There is some premium portions, but it is free overall. Apple, new low of day. Let's see. SoFi looks rough. Apple, wow. That is a big move to the downside. It's funny how in the chat, like when the market goes up, the bull, like the perma bulls start going crazy in the chat. And then like whenever the SPY reverses, they just totally disappear from the chat. Like they're just gone. It has me laughing. Everyone should join the Discord. It's a good time. It is, Veery, it is. Just like this morning, you know, it's been a pretty fun time in here. Been really fun. It's pretty cool. AAPL, new low of day, yeah. Continues to move down with Apple. Looking brutal. They're right below that 184 area, which is pretty big today. I was looking at that as support, and looks like it's just breaking right below. Like it was nothing. Only had very slight consolidation. Microsoft's trying to hold too, but overall, still not looking the best. Tesla finally found a bottom. At least a short-term intraday bottom. Thank God. Thank God they did. Hey, there we go. We're at 18 likes. Let's go, guys. See if you can get us up to 19. That would be beautiful. And if you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Really helps us out. Of course. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. There we go. I think it is. Yeah. Wow. 1,999. Damn. We're really close. Appreciate that, guys. That's really cool. Oh, I messed it up. Hang on. All right, there we go. Fixed it. Woo. All right, DraftKings looking rough today, guys. I mean, I hate to say it, but DraftKings puts are starting to look pretty good. Look at that daily on DraftKings here. It's sitting like right on the trend, the long-term trend that I've had for a little while. It's probably going to break down below here, just being honest. You know, I could see DraftKings falling down quite a bit. Maybe below 30, down to 28, if not even lower. You know, it's been on such a good run this year. I could see a pullback coming in at some point before going up again in the future. I do expect this year to be pretty dang good for DraftKings, though. They should be pretty hot. You know what I haven't heard about at all, though, is Bet ESPN with Penn Gaming. I haven't really heard anything about them. And Penn Gaming starting to fall off a little bit today. Pretty hard, actually. 5.9%. Giving up all of its gains from the past month or so, just about, honestly. Damn, Penn. That sucks. I like Penn quite a bit long term. I own them pretty low, but for right now, you know, definitely taking a hit today. That's for sure. What do I own them at? 22.30 is where I own Penn. 22.30 right now. So we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty dang low for where it is now. But I think anywhere from 24 to 22 for the longer term, or 24 or under for the long term, will be pretty good on Penn. You just got to give it time, though. Like, a lot of time. You know, that's the big thing here. Time is the essence with this one. And you just got to keep averaging in. Averaging in on this would be the best way. If you want to take a $10,000 position, just do like, you know, 300 a week until 10 grand gets in or something. Or 300 every 3 days or something. You know, come up with a strat for it, but still can't believe I burned myself cooking steak last night. My hand is messed up, guys. Boeing's breaking support, is it? Let's see. Wow. Continuing on the daily to the downside. I really like Apple for a nice continuation down. Just given what I've seen in the past with this stock running down. Now, keep in mind, you know, past action doesn't dictate, you know, previous or future moves, but look at the previous rundown on Apple back in August. It had a pretty big jump to the downside, and that drop was pretty steep, we'll say. Over here, again, very steep drop to the downside, and look at how this one continued last time. I'm not saying that it has to continue just because of that, but with everything negative that we're seeing with Apple right now, I would not be surprised if it, you know, maybe continued down for another day or two and got back down into this like 180 area. You know, like 180 could maybe be a good target for the next few days if you're willing to hold through volatility. But I do like this drop with Apple. It looks like it's sliding off very well when you zoom out, and yeah, that market is looking the same way. I mean, SPY's brutal. SPY is looking brutal right now. Wow. That's brutal movement here. Yeah, I burned myself, Mason. I was cooking a steak last night, and it was a what was it called? It's a special ribeye. They call it something special. God darn it. Hang on. I'll tell you what it is in a second, if I can figure it out. It's like a special name with like a ribeye on there. Yeah, whatever it is. A ribeye, we'll just say. And it slipped off. I was cooking with a knife, and it slipped off, and it went into the hot butter, and it bounced up onto my hand. And man, it's got like bad blisters on it right now, and big red mark. Now, it's not terrible. I'll be honest, it could be worse. But man, a couple of these spots where the blisters are crazy. I mean, they look pretty wild looking. Dry age? No, not tomahawk, not dry age. It was like a special name for it. Let's see. Deerberg's ribeye. Here, I'll find it real quick. They should have it here because they have it at this place by me called Delmonico ribeye. I don't know what that means. Delmonico ribeye. I don't know what that means, but it says Delmonico steaks are usually a little heavier, larger, nearing closer to 1 pound compared to ribeyes traditional half-pound size. Maybe it's not even that special. I don't know. They just had them at the market, and I grabbed like 5 of them as my cheaper steaks for the week. Yeah, I don't even know what Delmonico is, but... Sounds like steak for breakfast. I'm hungry now. Yeah, you know, steak for breakfast actually sounds amazing at the moment. I might have to go make one for breakfast after this. Who knows? I do have another one out there. I also, on the New Year's Eve, I hope you guys had a good New Year's weekend. Hope everyone had a good New Year's weekend out there. I had some friends come over and we cooked up some fillets. Those were really fire. I hadn't had a fillet in a little while because I just eat ribeyes and stuff like that. So that fillet was actually a nice mix of things, you know, lately. So that was actually really good. And I bought these like meat probes that go in the meat and tell you like right when it's cooked right. Oh my God, they were cooked so good. And I still have 2 New York strips and 2 ribeyes left too. I went all out at the butcher. I'm trying to gain some weight here for the new year.
Whoever comes, whoever it is,
Bulk season, baby. Where's Hunter at? Yeah. How do I like my steak? Medium rare all day, Mason. Medium rare. I would say like medium rare to medium / rare. You know, anywhere in that like little range right there where medium rare is. I like that. I'm a big fan of that. I'll just be real with you guys. You know, if you like your steaks well done, cool. But I'll be real. It's not right. Okay? It's just not right. Oh. All right, Tesla. Starting to pop up again a little bit. Moderna. Where's that momentum? I'm going to have to go switch over to the SM bot because the momentum has left the usual stocks of today now. Switched over maybe to end phase. I see end phase puts on SM bot. Yeah, PayPal puts as well. Wow, PayPal's getting low again, guys. PayPal dipping here could actually create some good opportunities if you guys were maybe looking to get some cash secure puts. While these put premiums are high, you know, you might be able to, like, over the next few days and maybe a couple weeks, start to sell some puts on PayPal, maybe at like the 55 strike or the 50 strike or something, and maybe get some good premiums out of it. Just keep your eyes on them. Keep your eyes on those. Appreciate everyone joining up today, though. Had a pretty good live stream. I'm still going to be here for a little while, of course. Gonna see where this market price action takes us, but... My mom. I like my steak medium. Yeah, medium's good, Aunt. I like that. Yeah, it's just not right, Mason. Not right. 2 good scalps today. Done after lunch. Nice, Jamie. Nice. What did you get on the second scalp? Did you do Tesla 2 times? That's a nice one. Good stuff, Jamie. Gotta give you the round of applause coming through here. Very nice. Steak should be bloody. Yeah, I like it. King says, I like my steak well done, basically burnt. Oh, King. How could a king say such a thing? No, I'm just kidding, King. My aunt, she nukes it. And my grandma was the same way. There could be 0 red in there. My aunt, she'll take the steak after I cook it, and she'll cut it up into little pieces, and then she'll shove it in the microwave and nuke it until it's like gray. Look at Boeing though, guys. About to break the low of day again. That's gonna be a fun one, maybe. That's a big candle coming through. There we go, Boeing. Man, Boeing's starting to break through support again. Watch yourself. Hang on 1 second, guys. $95 strike put. Wow, ITB, the big money play from yesterday is popping off, guys. That is on fire today. Wow. That is on fire. Damn, that is pretty nuts. I still can't believe this price action. Yeah, I can't believe Tesla got demolished that hard. I mean, that is one hell of a drop, guys. That's terrible. Zom's moving. It was doing great earlier to the upside. Yeah, there we go. Nice job, Zom. Coming back. Coming back alive. Wish it would come back alive a little bit more, but it's okay. Come on, Zom. Let's see a nice push up to 105. That's really what I'd like to see here in the short term. Big push up to there would be beautiful. Is crude still up today? I mean, it's coming back, but it's not really like that amazing. But hey, I'll take it. keep reading it's Wednesday. Was there actually, there was some crude oil data coming out later today. When does OPEC meet? OPEC decision. Keep trying to find the exact date that they meet, but I can't figure out the exact day. If anybody out there knows the next meeting date for OPEC, let me know out there. Really help me out. You think QQQ will reach 398? Let's see, QQQ. Oh yeah, I think I can hit 398. Yep. I could see 398 coming in. That would be around like where I would say maybe the low of today would be, somewhere maybe around there, but I do like this today down. I think it can go a little bit lower. Wow, Spy. Look at that drop on the Spy right there. Oh, man. Let's go, Spy. Taking a screenshot. Man, that is pretty crazy. Crazy. Apple must be down. No. Is it still Tesla dragging everything lower? Because Microsoft and Apple are really kind of down. Amazon. I need to see a heat map today. What does this heat map look like? Oh, the banks. Haven't even looked at financials much today. But they are getting hit pretty hard too. Damn, financials combined with tech. Combined with Tesla. The only thing doing good's oil. How's gold and silver? Ooh. Had the sniper bot with AMD puts just now, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Snipey Snipe came out here. 937 with AMD. January 5th. 134 puts. 134 puts, guys. That's pretty darn big. Those are going to be huge right there. 134. What a level. AMD is down quite a bit. It's actually right on a support that I have, so I would say this. It might be best to wait to enter this until this low of this candle breaks at like 133.75. I think waiting for that to break before an entry here would be best. At 133.75. Now, obviously, it's running up, but I've had this level as support for a little while on the chart. It's down quite a bit the past few days. Just be a little bit wary here. I would say make this break first, especially considering it called it out right here. Because it's now higher than where it called out, so. Could be a good play, though, as this low of day breaks. Isn't AMD down too much already? Ant said. It's down quite a bit. We'll just say that. Quite a bit. 3%. I think it can go more. It can. But I would just make that low break. Make the low break before entering here, I'd say. It is down quite a bit, which is a slight scare. It is a little bit of a slight scare, yes. But I would just make that low break here. If you entered right on the play, then obviously just keep your stop as usual. But if you haven't entered yet, I'd probably wait for that. SMSM said SPY calls for tomorrow. I just don't know if I could do it right now or not. You know, it's just too much selling going on in the short term. We just had a huge move up. I'm not expecting a huge move down, but I could see a little bit more volatility. I mean, there's got to be some uptrend soon, right? Maybe like an intraday pop today or somewhere, right? I mean, somewhere. So I'm with you. Like, maybe if we're kind of low towards the end of day today, maybe some calls into tomorrow might be good, but I'll be real with you. That sounds pretty risky right now. Pretty risky. I probably wouldn't. We do have the FOMC minutes later today, so don't forget about that. These could actually point towards a little bit of bullishness, you know, because the Feds were talking about more rate cuts this year. And the market, that's really what it wants to hear. It wants to hear more cuts, more cuts, more cuts. At least that's what we've seen lately. Whenever we've seen that type of talk, it's been doing better. Go look at AMD real quick. Nice. Jamie scalped the AMD. Nice. Earlier. Not right now, I don't think, but earlier he did. Tesla down 10 points. Yeah, it is. I feel like I've sat on Tesla's chart all morning. I feel bad even looking at it now. But yeah, it's down quite a bit. It is recovering up a little bit intraday, but I would call that nothing compared to the overall drop here. SoFi is down 13%. Wow. That's pretty nuts. Rivian. Down a lot too. I'm head back to bed, running off 4 hours of sleep every night. You should definitely watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It'll give you some dopamine. See you later. Yeah, for sure, every night. I'll have to check that out. Man, I've never watched any of that, man. You keep trying to get me on there. I actually turned, One Piece on the other day. Like the actual cartoon, I saw it. I turned it on and I thought that was kind of interesting. I used to watch that on like Adult Swim sometimes at night. I think that's the only one I've really ever watched, besides that movie I talked to you guys about a little bit in the past. All right. Let's get that SM bot up and going. LLY calls on the SM bot. Eli Lilly. Wow. I mean, not bad today by any means. LLY. We've seen some fun plays on LLY in the past. Every other play, though, on the list is puts. So, every other play. Shopify puts, PayPal puts, Upstart puts, Boeing puts. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, it's just put city. It's put city out there, guys. Put city. And you know what that's good for? SQQQ, which is starting to do well. I know a lot of people have been loving this one the past few days. It's been starting to rip back. VIX starting to rip back as well off its low. Actually looks pretty good off that $12 mark. Huge support on VIX. Not that VIX necessarily runs off support or not, but definitely interesting here. I'm going to extend my trend line out here. Why not? So I've noticed VIX goes on these trends and these runs, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I've looked at these trends on VIX for a long time. And VIX goes in these periods of consolidation as it trends down in a big trend and then gets these big pops coming through. It looks like right now VIX is kind of nearing the end of its wedge. It might start to go flat and get choppy down here before getting a big break. Maybe next year, maybe this will be the year for bulls. You know, maybe VIX will pop up a little bit, but then die off and stay low and the market will run up and, you know, maybe that'll be a great year for bulls this year. And then maybe 2025 will be where the VIX breaks out and we get that big pullback. It looks like if we're actually looking at it and we're going off of the wedges, like the VIX has done pretty well with in the past. Like, look at, I hate to say that something like a wedge could call the 2020 move down, but like, I mean, look at how perfect that is right out of the wedge there. I'm not saying that called it, but it's one of the things that might have given traders an idea to go short. Same thing right here. Right before 2018, which would have been, I think this was like the China trade war shit with Trump and China and the tariffs and all that. So, you know, we've had a few times where this has actually played out near perfectly. And I'm not saying it was perfect right here for a huge explosion, but it definitely ran up well. As 2022 fell off, right? 2022 was a rough year. VIX stayed pretty high for the most part. Very interesting, though. I like looking at VIX. I like looking at these trends, at these supports and stuff. Gives me kind of a good idea on the overall market. But with the volatility that's coming in now, I could see VIX uptrending a little bit here in the short term. UVXY is going to be on watch for me. That is for sure the short term. I'm a little bit worried of like a short-term like retest of the high though, like maybe like a slight pop back up and then move back. If we do get that slight pop back up, that's actually where I would love to fire like UVXY calls. Like if like QQQ and SPY could just run back up just like a little bit into resistance and then fly back down, I would fire those all day. All day. Yeah, look at Apple, brutal chart. Meta. Yeah. I think we're gonna be grabbing some UVXY as a hedge here. Just a nice little hedge for the overall account too. Literally, that's what's going on. It's like a hedge. Yeah, I mean, SPY's still at a pretty good spot. Nearing the bottom of the range though, so definitely not going to go in too deep into these calls because it's yeah, it can't go too deep because it's just flat out, you know, the market's a little too low at the moment, but maybe get like a couple calls and then average in. Some UVXY. See how that goes? Little hedge. Got them out to March. Got 9 strike calls out to March, just if anyone's wondering. 9 strike calls expiring in March on the monthlies. Ant says, I never seem to make money on UVXY. Yeah, it's definitely a tougher one. I've actually done pretty good with UVXY for the most part. I wish I could see, yeah. UVXY, though, I usually, pretty big fan of that. Between everything today, though, it's been a weird day for the account, that's for sure. With DraftKings. That dip down with DraftKings today, what's it down, about $1 or something? It's kind of gross whenever every dollar is like insane amount. Disgusting. Boeing looking rough. Nice play under support. Just watch out with SPY. You know, it's nearing support kind of. So, you know, like I said, even with UVXY, you know, SPY's are still very low in the short term. Like, there's a reason I'm getting March here. You know, definitely a reason why. Because it could easily pop up short term, and then I'll add to these bad boys once it gets up. If it does. If it doesn't, and it just runs down, fine, cool. Do that all day. Yeah, Joe, that would be actually nice. Like a nice early correction at the beginning of the year, and then we get some nice runs coming in later. We talked about the election year, right? The election years usually dip first few months, and then they end up running up very well the whole rest of the year. So that would be awesome if that were the case again this year. Obviously, that don't happen every time, but that's just the average move. My SQQQ 14 calls expiring on Friday. Can you suggest a good time to exit them? Probably right now. I would probably suggest now because SPY is very low as well as many stocks, and they're all nearing like short-term support. So while the market could go down more here, I'm kind of expecting like at least like a slight pop back up. You know, at least some type of slight pop. It might not happen. It might just tank. But I would expect some type of slight pop back. I mean, something, I would say. Yeah. Every single thing is red today besides Zom for me. Weird day when it's like that. Zom is doing pretty good, though. I'll give it that. Pretty good day overall. Hopefully it holds up here. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking, my views. We're just nearing like the bottom of this short-term range is the main problem with that, I'd say. If it wasn't this Friday on the expiration, it might be worth holding, but with it being Friday, one slight pop back is going to really annihilate that play. So I would lock it in right at support. But I heard VIX broke nowadays because of zero DTEs, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, Mark. It's not necessarily broke, it just... I know VXX was broken for a little while, but the VIX itself has usually been pretty good. Volatility index. I feel you, though. It probably has a little bit of weirdness to it. Maybe if we can figure out how it's broken, we can take advantage of it, though. Not bad. Yeah, hopefully VIX starts popping back up towards like 16 to 20. Now that would be nice. Really, really nice, but All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and end the live stream here, but I really appreciate everybody joining up today. It was a fun one this morning. We got the 23 likes. I appreciate that. Maybe tomorrow we can hit 30. We'll have to see. But don't forget, guys, the FOMC Minutes comes out later today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So be ready for that. It's not going to be like a huge event. Obviously, I won't be going live for it or anything, but it is pretty big. You know, it's nothing like the actual FOMC meeting, but it might give us more insight onto like rate cuts later. And if they talk about rate cuts in a good way, we might start to see that market pop back up a little bit. So just be a little bit wary of that later. You know, we could see this might be where we get that couple days of pop before more downtrend or something, right? Just be ready. All right, guys. I'll leave you on that. Have a fantastic rest of your day. It looks like the market's starting to come back up off of its lows of day. Yep, starting to uptrend a little bit. I'm not surprised. It's down a lot lately. So see you guys later. Have a great one out there. Don't forget the live Q&As tonight. If you're in the premium Discord, join up. It's in the hashtag event information channel, live Q&A channel. I'll post the form up from the event information in the SM chat as well. So don't forget about that. I'm going to post it up really quick. Live Q&A tonight. Sick. Getting it going, getting it going. And if you guys are interested in joining the trading floor, make sure you check out the link that I'm about to, or that I sent in chat. Check out that link. And then also use code PROFIT24. You guys will save a little bit there on the monthly, but see you guys later. Have a great one. Yeah, McRibs are gone. No. They'll be back next year, Sean, hopefully. I might have to... My girlfriend's coming home from somewhere. I might have to have her stop and get me a Big Smack. I call it the Big Smack. I love it. See you guys. Get those profits today. Lock them in.